Earnings season continues this week with monster reports to come. We get the likes of Meta, we get Amazon, we get Apple, and so much more, including Ford and Boeing set to report. We also get back into market-moving inflation data, both PMI and PCE numbers for October due out this week. It's your week ahead preview right now. It's the biggest week of earnings so far this earnings reporting season. 38% of the S&P 500 set to report coming up this week. In addition, we might also get a tradable IPO for the first time this year. In fact, Intel, in a filing last week, said their Mobileye unit is going to come to market within weeks, quote unquote, was the term used. They're going to sell 41 million shares between a price range of $18 and $21. That could hit the market coming up this week as well. All right, let's get into Monday. First off, we're back into inflation data, market moving economic data set to hit the wires coming up just after the open on Monday. 9:45 October PMI will hit the wires. That is also something that the Fed is going to be watching very closely. Again, 9:45, join us live. We'll have that for you Monday. Monday after the close, we kick off the biggest week of earnings so far. Not a lot of notable names on Monday. LOGITECH, however, could be one to watch when they come to market. Most analysts are expecting a miss of earnings, 78 cents per share for the current quarter. That's coming off a loss and a miss of estimates in their last quarter as well. Let's jump ahead to Tuesday morning. Full slate of earnings to come in the pre-market on Tuesday, including UPS, GE, GM, COCA-COLA, and even from the energy group, Halliburton set to report. Coca-Cola shares will be specific and of interest coming up, as the stock itself has actually outperformed the entire S&P 500 so far this year. It's still up 3% heading into earnings versus a 20+% decline for the S&P. More market-moving economic data then due at 10 o'clock. We'll get October consumer confidence coming out. September's reading showed a second straight uptick in consumer confidence. Again, the October number will be a key leading economic indicator going forward. All right, back to earnings now. Monsters coming after the close on Tuesday. Google, Microsoft, Spotify, and oh yeah, Visa as well. Not a chip maker, obviously, but let's focus on Google. A recent note from Ensemble Capital suggesting that the company's ad business has shown resilience compared to others in the space, but could see further downside to come. Microsoft shares, meanwhile, will be on watch shortly after confirming another 1,000 job cuts early last week. The company also pointed to further growth and earnings slowdowns possible to come. Let's move on to Wednesday. Yes, Boeing reports before the market opens. Ford will come after the close. We'll also get the weekly oil inventory data at 10:30 a.m. But forget all that. Let's get right to the main event. Meta is set to report. They have been in focus since bouncing off the 2018 low just after they released their Quest $1,500 VR headset a couple weeks back. During its recent launch event, the company announced multiple new partnerships, including one with Microsoft that will see Meta integrate Microsoft Teams, Office, Windows, and Xbox Cloud Gaming with its new Quest products. The stock, however, is still down more than 60% on the year. Skeptical investors remain very cautious as we head towards the big earnings report. All right, let's move on to Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, Q2 GDP data. Last week, ratings agency Fitch actually revised their 2023 GDP forecast to the downside in a big way as well. So a lot of eyeballs will be on this report. Make sure you're with us live, 8:30, again, Q2 GDP to come. PCE for October coming at 8:30. Once again, if you go back to the last Fed meeting, Fed Chair Powell stressed consumer prices and core consumer prices need to be going down before they can even think about pausing with these interest rates. This all comes ahead of another potential 75 basis point hike coming up November 2nd. Thursday after the close will be another monster day for earnings as well. We get Apple, we get Amazon, we get chipmaker Intel, and we also get Pinterest, which is also A huge mover when it comes to earnings reports. Let's focus on Apple. The stock has been relatively weak, with numerous notes from analysts pointing to the downside after the company came out and said they were cutting iPhone 14 Pro production just a couple of weeks after the phone hit stores. Notable earnings names to come on Friday from the energy sector this time. Warren Buffett will be watching closely. Both XOM and CVX set to report before the market gets open. We get a number of very key economic reports, however. The final reading for PCE, both month over month and year over year. Again, a very, very important number as far as the Fed is concerned. Coming up at 10 a.m. then, PCE at 8:30. At 10 a.m., we get Michigan consumer sentiment for October. In that report also comes an inflation reading. As always, grab the watch list, guys. QR code on screen. Join us daily. We're live when the market is open. And hey, even an hour in the pre-market, 8:30 daily on TraderTV.Live.